ever taken your child to the yarn store, stood there in the aisles of yarn and other crochet tools and supplies, and felt like you don't know where to start with picking the right ones? If so, this video is for you. I'm going to prepare you for your trip to the yarn store with your child so you feel confident in your choices. If we haven't met before, hi! I'm Christine, an online crochet teacher for kids ages 8 to 12. I've been crocheting for over 30 years, since I was 10 years old, and I've taught over 200 kids to crochet in the last 2 years. One of the most common questions I get from parents as an online crochet teacher for kids is, my kid wants to learn to crochet. I don't know what materials they will need. What do you recommend? Before we begin, I want you to know that you're not alone. I know it can be overwhelming when walking through the yarn section of the craft store. There are so many choices, and it can be hard to know where to start. I will be covering in this video the 8 materials that I recommend for those who are learning to crochet. The first 4 are required, and the last 4 are more wants rather than needs. Let's get started. The most important material your child will need when learning to crochet is yarn. Yarn comes in a wide variety of thicknesses and materials. In general, yarn materials fall into 3 different categories: plant-based, such as cotton; animal-based, like wool; or synthetic, like acrylic. Material choice depends on the crochet project you are making, and most patterns include a specific yarn recommendation. Yarn comes in sizes, we call them weights, ranging from 0 to 7, with 0 being the thinnest and 7 being the thickest. You will find the yarn size indicated on the yarn label. Typically it looks like this, a picture of a ball of yarn with a number on it. There are a few things I recommend keeping in mind when picking yarn for your child. Number 1, I recommend starting with number 4 weight yarn. Not too thick, not too thin. Also, choose a light colored yarn, like this purple or this blue. Don't use black. Also, avoid any yarns that split easily or are super fluffy. It's much harder to see the stitches and harder to work with. I know it's popular for kids who want to make stuffed animals, but in the long run, it will help you out a lot. Crochet hooks are another essential material your child will need when learning to crochet. As with yarn, crochet hooks come in a wide variety of sizes and materials. The 3 most common materials for crochet hooks that you will find, both online and in stores, are metal, usually aluminum, plastic, and wood. And each of these have their own advantages and disadvantages. Based on my personal experience, I recommend using metal crochet hooks. They are widely available, affordable, and very durable. I've had most of my crochet hooks in my collection for over 20 years. Here's my crochet hook collection. When selecting a crochet hook for your child to use for their crochet project, it is important to match your hook size with the yarn that you're using. You can find this information on the yarn label that your child is using. Look for a picture of a crochet hook on the label. An example looks like this. And also, the pattern your child is making should indicate a crochet hook size recommendation. It's important to follow that recommendation to help ensure the final product turns out the way they want. Scissors are needed when finishing off a crochet project. You can use regular kitchen or household scissors, but if your child is really interested in crochet, I recommend using scissors that look something like this. These are yarn or fabric scissors. They're very sharp, and mine are used exclusively for yarn. Keep in mind that when you cut paper with scissors, it dulls the blades of your scissors, making them less effective. So my scissors get used for yarn and yarn only. Sewing needles are used when your child finishes off a crochet project. They're commonly used also to join parts of a crochet project together. So for example, if they're making stuffed animals, they might want to sew the feet onto their animal. I use sewing needles to hide the ends of my yarn into a few stitches so that they won't unravel. It prevents the knot at the end of the project from falling apart, which can happen, and the stitches start to unravel and it's just horrible. When choosing a sewing needle, choose one with the eye, that's the hole here, that's big enough for your yarn to fit through it. It might take several tries when trying to thread a needle. Just keep practicing. And if you are concerned about your child using metal sewing needles, they are available in plastic as well. These next 4 materials are very helpful to have, but are not needed. I also have some alternatives for each of these if you don't want to buy the specific one from the store. I don't have all these personally, but they are on my wish list. If your child gets little plastic pieces that look like safety pins in a crochet kit, those are stitch markers. They look like this. Stitch markers are particularly helpful when your child is working on complicated patterns or making stuffed animals or other plushies. I use them when I want to mark the first stitch in a round on a plushie to tell me when I get back to the start, because sometimes it's hard to tell. If you don't have access to the plastic stitch markers, there are other things you can use. You can use safety pins or short pieces of yarn in a color that's different than the one your child's using for their crochet project. I tend to use the safety pins, but for many years I did use the yarn scraps. The second item that is more a want than a need in terms of crochet are tape measures and rulers. So if your child is making a crochet project and they want to make sure it's the right size, I highly recommend having a tape measure or a ruler. I often use these kind, they're fabric ones, but you can also just use a ruler. I especially recommend that your child measures their work if they're making something that they want to be a specific size. Last year I made a blanket and I measured it every day to see if it was the right size, and also help track my progress. It's also very helpful when making clothing because that's something you really want to make sure it fits you. To help your child be a more efficient crocheter, organization is key. A great way to keep their crochet materials organized is to get them a crochet hook or a crochet supplies case or organizer. Sometimes these even come included in crochet kits. I have 2 cases that I use to store my crochet tools. I was gifted a case from my mom a few years ago to store our family crochet hook collection. As you can see, I have a rather large collection. The case includes individual slots for each of my crochet hooks, and when I'm really organized, I organize them by size. Your child can also store their other crochet supplies, such as stitch markers, sewing needles, scissors, etc., in a small plastic container. I keep a selection of different size sewing needles and sewing scissors, safety pins, and this small plastic case. And I take this thing everywhere that I bring my crochet project that I'm working on, just in case I need them. One thing that can be challenging if your child is working with many different colors of yarn at the same time. Sometimes the yarn gets all tangled up. One thing that you can use to prevent that from happening is what is called a yarn bowl. You might see these online. They're bowls that have holes in them on the sides for the yarn to fit through. I'll pop a picture up right here. If you don't have a yarn bowl like that, you can also use a large size freezer bag and poke holes in the outside for your child to fit the yarn through before they start a crochet project. This will help prevent the yarn from getting tangled. Just keep the yarn on different sides of their body. That's another good tip. Please let me know if you have any questions about the materials I covered in this video. Just leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm releasing videos every other Tuesday. And if your child would like to learn to crochet with me, check out the link to my course, Crochet Made Easy. It's in the comments below. Until next time, happy crocheting!